Episode 6: The Land, the Kings, and the Limits of Power. By the time Israel enters the land promised to Abraham, everything seems ready. They have been rescued from slavery. They have received God's law. They are about to inherit a land described as flowing with abundance. From the outside, this looks like success. But Scripture is preparing us for a hard truth. Possession does not equal transformation. The land, gift, and test. The land of Canaan is not simply territory. It is a trust. God tells Israel clearly that the land belongs to him. Israel is not to treat it as property, but as stewardship. Their ability to remain in the land is tied to faithfulness, justice, and loyalty to God. This echoes Eden. Just as Adam was placed in a garden to tend and guard it, Israel is placed in a land to steward and preserve it. And just like Eden, blessing depends on obedience. When Israel obeys, peace follows. When Israel compromises, trouble returns. The problem has not changed. The time of the judges, cycles of forgetting. After Joshua's death, Israel enters a long period of instability. There is no king, no unified leadership. Scripture summarizes this era with a chilling refrain: everyone did what was right in their own eyes. This should sound familiar. It is Eden's mistake repeated at a national scale. Israel drifts into idolatry. Oppression follows. God raises a judge to deliver them. Peace returns, briefly. Then the cycle begins again. Judges like Samson reveal the tension clearly. God provides strength, but the heart remains undisciplined. Deliverance occurs, but transformation does not last. The lesson is becoming unmistakable. Rescue without renewal is temporary. The demand for a king. Eventually, Israel asks for a king. This request is layered. On the surface, it sounds reasonable. Nations around them have kings. Leadership seems necessary. Stability is desirable. But God reveals the deeper motive. Israel wants to be like the nations. They are no longer content with God as their king. God grants their request, but not without warning. This is a recurring pattern in Scripture. God sometimes gives humanity what it asks for so that it can learn what it truly needs. Saul. Power without obedience. Israel's first king, Saul, looks the part. He is tall, impressive, and initially humble. He is chosen by God and empowered for leadership. But Saul's reign exposes the danger of authority without surrender. Saul fears public opinion more than God. He obeys partially. He explains instead of repenting. Saul's failure teaches a painful lesson. Position does not produce faithfulness. God removes Saul not because he sinned, but because he refused correction. David, a better king, still human. God chooses David, a shepherd, not a warrior. David is not flawless, but he is responsive. When he sins, he repents. When confronted, he returns. David represents something new, a king who understands dependence on God. Yet even David fails. Even David's kingdom fractures. Even David cannot reverse the curse. The pattern remains. Solomon and the cracks beneath success. David's son Solomon inherits peace, wisdom, and wealth.
The kingdom reaches its height. The temple is built. God's presence fills it. And yet Solomon's heart slowly drifts. Compromise enters quietly. Idolatry returns. The kingdom divides. What looks like golden success is hollowed out from within. What is often overlooked. One truth is easy to miss. God never presents kingship as the solution. Kings expose the problem. They do not solve it. Every king, good or bad, proves the same thing. Authority cannot heal the heart. Law cannot change desire. Power cannot create faithfulness. The problem is not leadership. It is nature. Why this episode matters. This episode explains why the Bible spends so much time on failure, even after God gives good gifts. Land does not restore Eden. Law does not cure sin. Kings do not save humanity. These were never the solution. They were signposts. They point forward to the need for a different kind of king, a different kind of covenant, and a different kind of restoration. Looking ahead. By the end of this episode, Israel has everything it asked for and still lacks what it needs. The fracture remains. The promise still waits. In Episode 7, we will hear the voices of the prophets, men sent not to manage kingdoms, but to call hearts back to God and to announce that something far greater is coming.